Yo, yo, yo. Been a little bit since I got back on the video. Was over at my mom's house, about an hour away, visiting her and the family for about 4 days. Um, just got back with my grandma. Just drove her to the casino. Um, she likes to go to the casino because it gets her head busy and active, not thinking of certain pain bodies and things she's experiencing in her life with loss of loved ones and things of that nature. So, and for me, I'm going through a serious breakup, and I've been really on this aligned and on this journey with God, just communicating with Him. My fiance was the closest person I was with for the last 5 years, and her family. You know, love my family, but my mom and dad divorced put a shock in me a little bit, and it ruptured kind of the family dynamic. And me and my past fiance were together for 5 years, and her family, I was treated very well, and they were very loving and respectful Filipino family, and her brother was like a brother to me. Besides, it was hard me dating his sister and having ups and downs, but he was a great dude. I loved him. But yeah, I'm going through that. So the casino for me is a getaway, man. It keeps my mind occupied. I used to be a heavy gamer. She cheated on me when 2K came out one year. So, I did something to kind of cause that reaction. But the game kind of has that effect on me where it's like I like to play it with people sometimes, but it's like, man, it's a trauma. I'm being lazy. I'm distracted, or it's not the most masculine thing sometimes to a female. I thank God for the opportunity of having the place to stay right now in Florida, and even restart as a soon-to-be 25-year-old. Like, I committed to this relationship. I let go of my goals and my path to pursue this relationship, and at that same time I wasn't even pursuing it as the best I could have through that course of 5 years if I was to graduate, and then be able to kind of really, if we would have did things the orthodox way of, dates, keeping it small first, living with our peoples, but you want to jump to things, and she's used to being independent, and I was going to do anything to make her happy. So it's a blessing to be able to come here and restart in West Palm. Something real emotional happened. We're visiting my mom. I know she wants me to stay with her, and she also, kind of tied to that, she wants me to also go to the military. And I don't really want that. When I watch DDG, Deshae Frost, when I see people that have good jobs from degrees, like I'm pursuing a degree starting March 16th, taking my 56 credits, and I'm finishing my degree in accountancy. So I got that security. I'm working towards that security. I'm going to have it in a year and a half, max. Year and a half, max. Year. I'm shooting for a year. So I'm shooting for that security. I'm focused. Life's going to be different a year from now. Not working a regular job that's not paying me enough money, enough income. But at the same time, I want to do this consistently with you guys. I want to build a community. I want to build consistency with doing something that's so attractive nowadays. People wanting to get insight from other people to learn how to grow. I'm at a point where I'm restarting, and man, I was so stuck in my relationship because I was like struggling with the 9 to 5, trying to provide for us, and I'm like, really, I should be in school, escaping, the minimum 9 to 5, or barely making any income without a degree at least. I'm hustling backwards. What are we doing? So I loved her. I still love her, and it ain't no shot towards her, but it's just, man, timing of what I was doing and putting my energy wasn't right. So now I'm focused on school 100%. Mom's trying to shoot me to the military because her man's is, retired from the military at a young age, but it's not for me. At least I don't think. I'd rather go this avenue of consistency. I just know I'm destined for more. Um, I even tried doing this with my girl when I was with her, my last fiance. Tried doing some content, but I could tell it wasn't her thing. For me, I was really shooting for it because I know what it can bring. It's not necessarily my personality, but I know what it can bring. Her, it just wasn't her personality either, but she just was like, I'm cool. Very simple girl. I love her to death. I could have married a girl like that. But she wanted the simple things, and my mind was too scattered. Time's flying. I'm about to be 25, and I'm not making six figures. I'm about to be 25 now. I'm not making six figures. Me graduating is going to help me get to that with school. But obviously I don't want to work my whole life either. So what can I do consistently? I can build, I can stream, I can talk, I can find a passion, my niche through doing this, and go hard on it. I got all this time to myself. Not to be weird, but like I said, I love DDG and Deshae Frost. I'm a good looking dude. And you are what you want to be. You are what you put your mind to. So I'm a good looking dude that's been through some shit. And I want to use that testimony to be what I'm meant to be. I know I wasn't meant to work at HEB factory in the warehouse, in the freezer. Good money. I was comfortable with it. I knew life insurance was attracted to me because I could build my own money, my own schedule, my own business. Didn't plan out the way it was supposed to. But it showed me, boom, okay, this is what it's like. Consistency. Systems. It's all about systems and consistency. If I can have systems and consistency with something else and try it for 90 days and have goals and measure it, see how it goes. Just like life insurance. I did it for 2 years, a year and a half. Do this for 90 days and measure it. Okay, that niche didn't work. Let's switch to this niche. 90 days. Boom. Let's measure it. And if it's not the niche, let's switch the system. Let's switch the systems. Let's research on systems. And let's implement. Life insurance, I was picking up the dang on phone. Not thinking. I was picking up the phone. Right? You can only watch someone else pick up the phone for so long until it's just you go in there and do it, and then you go, okay, this works for me, this doesn't, and I'm gonna switch the systems this way. This is what works for this successful person. This is what works well for me. That's it. So I'm gonna do that, and it's not gonna make sense to my mom. I didn't realize how alone I would feel. I knew it was gonna be bad. If I can't explain how alone I feel after being left from a 5-year relationship, I got so much time on my head to think, to create, to reflect, listen to audiobooks, learn Spanish. I've had so much time just to do productive things. But back to what I was saying about my mom. I love you, Mom. If you ever saw this or heard this, I love you. And just from what happened, it has nothing to do with you. And the reason I cried is because I didn't know what to say. Is because it has something to do within me, like you said. And you nailed it on the head. And it broke me down inside. And I know you didn't see me break down all the way, but it broke me down inside because when you said you've always been X, Y, and Z type of way, and I reflected on my 5-year relationship, and I said, oh Lord, I slowly became back to my normal self as I got comfortable. And yeah, she'd warn me, say things, warn me. But it's hard to shake out of it. Like when you get back into it, it's so hard. You got to stay conscious and aware of it. Um, so it just confirmed to me that, man, I was a big reason why we had arguments repetitively, why things didn't go smooth. It was a reflection of me in the relationship in a lot of ways, and I really own up to it, and it hurts. And then I reflect to now and to before my relationship with my ex-fiance. I didn't have a good relationship with my family that much. They felt ways about me. They thought a lot of preferences and opinions about me, and it was kind of like, oh, this dude, like just kind of like, just this dude energy. But thank God that, I'm here today. I'm able to see my mom. But if I just reflect on me, and I'm like, it's me, man. Maybe I got a lot of self-work to do. I can't even fend and provide for myself. I can't wear the stuff I want to wear. I can't eat how I want to eat to gain the weight I want to gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even get the woman I want to get if it's not the woman I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a life I'm happy of. As far as my career and what age I'm at, like, I'm grateful, but I got a lot of work to do. So I love you, Mom. If you ever see this, I just want you to know that I appreciate you so much, because with the advice that you're giving me with the military, it really is good advice, and your husband's doing very well, and I see why you want me to do that. I do. And my vision, you won't understand. I'm just going to say that. I feel like you won't understand that I want to go to school, to do business, to have a good secure job if I need it, and make good money, and consistently create my business, learn from school, learn from the business I'm working at, or while I'm going to school, create a business, create something. Something that I have a desire for, there's a need for, and I have the ability to do. And scale it. So just gotta get in that creative bag, and it's gonna 10x what I could do in any other industry, any other effort that I could put my effort into. So I love you, Mom. I didn't know what to say. I broke down and froze. I'm dealing with a lot still from my previous breakup. It's been 6 months when this month ends, and it's gotten easier, obviously, slowly but surely. I think about her every day, though. I've reached out after 2 months of no contact. Nothing. And when I talked to my mom, it broke me down, because I said, man, was this all my fault? Could I not wake up and change? Like, come on, MJ, you love this girl to death, you want to marry her, but you can't change? They say it's so hard to change yourself. It's almost, imagine how impossible it is to try to change someone else. That's probably how she felt. But you know what they also say? It's the word excruciating pain. The pain of grieving will make a man change. The urge for me not to even want to play the video game? Where'd that come from all of a sudden? I really had to leave you, MJ, for you to feel this way? That's what the science says. So now that you freaking finally cool to leave long enough, 6 months, my ass is audiobook listening in my free time, Duolingo learning Spanish in my free time, really searching my career, like knowing what I'm about to do, investing into it on my own, putting down the dopamine feeling and really just doing what's needed to be done for growth, focusing on the next 2 years, not the flesh desire of today. I started off my relationship believing I was a great communicator, and it kind of came off like my girl's family and her herself thought I was as well. But growing up as a kid, my family always told me, you need to learn how to communicate. You need to learn how to communicate. You're not the best communicator. But family friends would always tell me, he's a great communicator. So it was always like, what? But as I got deep into that relationship, shit, maybe a nigga wasn't the best communicator. That's how it feels. It's like, damn, that's a shock. Everything my family was telling me is my traumas and my things I need to correct as a child, my habits, they're eating me alive. So, Mom, I freaking love you. I appreciate your advice. I want to live with you. I want to be next to you. I love you. I love that you love the dog. And you got him a toy and you're being nice to him. I just love it and I appreciate you. And I appreciate Eric. But it's just something about me being 25, Mom, and being under your roof. When you had these talks with me and be under your roof and just knowing I shouldn't be where I'm at as a man. Being with your mom, it just feels like I get a sense of, and this is probably how it would feel living alone with you, Mom. I get a sense of quietness, steadiness. And I take from our talk, I gotta be more of a man consistently, just like in my relationship. I gotta be a man consistently. Even if people want to help me out, don't accept that. She want to throw you 20, don't accept it, MJ. Because if it becomes a habit, don't accept it. So I learned a lot. That's why my fiance ever came back, I'd be 10 times of a better man, babe. 10 times of a better man, babe. No lie. No lie. I knew what you meant when you said the amount of money didn't matter. I knew what you meant when you said the amount of money wasn't the factor. It was the mindset. You would say it's the want to, the desire to. It was my mindset. But I love you, Mom. I want to give you the world back. I want to spend time and laugh with you and eat with you. But it's like I'm going through all this shit and it has you worried. And it's like we and you can't just look at each other and talk and laugh and enjoy life like things are going good. It's like we got this fire like, MJ, you got to do right. And I'm like, Mom, I know. And I'm like, it's just like we're both just like. And what I get at, and I'm not saying it's your fault, Mom. Like, it probably was that combo. That combo shut me down and made me want to go home. I love you to death. Blue loves you. And I hate to make you feel like you in an in-between with your mans, your husband. Jeremiah was good hanging out with Jeremiah. It was good working out with Eric, your husband. I had a good time. It's just the way that convo went. I've declared to my mom, I don't want to go to the military multiple times. And so when that was the combo, it just like really drained me and made me not want to talk. And I love you to death, Mom. And I would love to be under your roof. I think me and you gotta talk. I think me and you gotta have a talk. I think, fuck.